It's 12 minutes before 7 o'clock and a warm welcome back. Now, this week, different senior members of the African National Congress went out to different communities to mobilize the public to come through to Orlando Stadium this Sunday for the annual January 8 statement, which marks the 105th year of the organization. Now, to wrap those up, yesterday, the National Executive Committee met at the St. George's Hotel in Irene, in Tshwane, to consider the NEC statement. Now, the Secretary General, Gwede Mantashe, joins us now for an update. A very good morning to you.
Morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, yesterday's meeting was called to consider the NEC statement ahead of the 105th celebrations. What was discussed there?
The ANC statement on the January 8th is not the president's statement. It's the president presents the statement of the National Executive Committee. That's why the National Executive Committee met yesterday to go through the statement, make amendments, look at formulation, deal with all the issues that are in the statement, and also strengthen the message that must go to the people of South Africa.
Yeah, and the January 8 statement goes far beyond just marking the formation of the party. What's the primary purpose of this statement?
The statement is a clarion call of the task to the organization. You'll discover that when you read that statement. There will be an area that deals with the tasks of the organization, which is a clarion call to members and cadres of the movement to do certain things this year, to correct and work on the image of the ANC, strengthen link with the people, talk to society, and reassert the ANC as the leader of society. And that statement is also talking to society broadly on the issues that are at hand today. I would imagine that statement would not be good enough. It doesn't talk to the challenges facing higher education. It will not be strong enough. If it doesn't talk to issues of infrastructure development, issues of land. You know, the question of land is quite important because it's at the heart of a revolution for freedom.
And what can we expect this Sunday?
I don't know. The president will unveil the statement of the NEC on Sunday. I don't know what to expect as well, because he will have to work on it as well. But more important is that we must be ready to talk to the issues that have been a disappointment to some. How are we going to address them? How are we going to come forward and present the ANC as it should be, as the leader of society?
And who are the international visitors coming through on Sunday that we can expect to see? We
have not invited many international visitors except the liberation movements in Southern Africa, BRICS members. The president of Western Sahara is in South Africa. He will join us. There are quite a few who are showing interest. We have not blocked anybody, but we have not gone out of our way to invite a number of international guests.
And what are the logistics for people coming through?
People will come to the stadium. A rally is a rally. There is a new concept in South Africa that if I have no accreditation, I will not go to a rally. A rally is an open gathering. People must come to the rally in numbers, whether they have an accreditation or not, because the most important thing is to receive that message in the rally. And if you are present there, you will be doing yourself a big favor of being part of that history, of marking 105 years of the ANC and 100 years of Oliver Tambo. You will see that that statement will be referring a lot to President Oliver Tambo, who would be 100 years this year. He was born in 1927, in 1917, and he would be 100 years this year. Now, we'll talk a lot about him as an embodiment of values of the ANC, an embodiment of ethical behavior, revolutionary morality, what represent the highest standards of leadership. And that will be anchored in the stadium, because it is not about us today, it is about an ANC that have evolved over a period of time.
And why Orlando Stadium, though, since it's much smaller in capacity? Is it really appropriate venue?
You know, we've discussed this and said we've always chased capacity. And we said, let's do something different this year. Let's take this to Soweto and put it right where the people are, so that a number of them can be able to walk to the ANC rally and be part of the celebration. And that makes it different. That's why even today, we'll all go to Vilakazi Street, we mingle with the people of Soweto, we'll be in Sakumzi, we'll sit there, enjoy ourselves with the people of Soweto, because we think that the ANC must interact directly with the people.
Why is the ANC, Mr. Mantashe, particularly concerned about stadium figures? Well, not to suggest stadiumology. Shouldn't the people attending speak for themselves? People who attend voluntarily.
Now, people must attend voluntarily. ANC must also facilitate that, because we're an organization. It's not just a loose gathering of people, it's an organization. Therefore, the organization must be at the heart of organizing its own events. Otherwise, we don't exist as an organization. We become just a loose gathering of people. That is not a question of stadiumology. It is a question of the ANC organizing its event, reaching out to the people, facilitating that people are part of the celebration, and we celebrate together.
Are you looking forward to maybe get a sense or an idea of whether the ANC does indeed have the support in the Gauteng?
I don't know this thing of the ANC not having support in Gauteng. The ANC has support in Gauteng. The ANC is the biggest party in Gauteng. But we must talk to the various sectors of society, strata of society, who have different tastes to what we're doing. For example, I can tell you that one of the concerns that we are talking to in the ANC is that the growth and the fast growth of the black middle class is an issue that we must talk to, because the middle class is never just a religious, loyal stratum of society. It is always critical, it asks questions, and we have a responsibility to answer their questions and engage them, talk to them. And that is what makes Gauteng a little bit unique, different to a province like the Eastern Cape, which is very rural. Here you deal with the intelligentsia, you must engage them, don't run away from their questions. They will ask you all the difficult and complicated questions, answer them.
There is an argument, Mr. Mantashe. Okay, we do understand and know that the ANC is deeply divided. There's so many factions within the party. There is an argument then that when one party within the ANC decides to bring the event to Gauteng, they may be trying to appeal to the black middle class that I've just mentioned earlier.
No, those people have not followed the ANC. The ANC rotates January 8th from province to province, and we don't jump any province. It is Gauteng's term now, because the Gauteng last had the January 8th some, I think, 9 years ago. Now it is its turn that it must be in Gauteng. The other 8 January 8th, then they've been to every other province in the country, including the Northern Cape. Yeah. Some people say it's out there, but we've been to Kimberley. We've been to Cape Town, we've been to every province, we've been to the Eastern Cape, we've been to every province in the country. We're now in Gauteng because it is Gauteng's turn. We're not appeasing anybody. We are doing what is right, that every province must taste the presence of the ANC on January 8th. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong in appeasing the middle class in Gauteng. That is what politics is all about, is to talk to it. But it should not only be January 8th, it's to talk to them on an ongoing basis.
And how do you intend doing that, engaging with the people on a regular basis, not just in January?
No, we do that all the time. But what we decided to do is that we must also not only focus on big mass meetings and rallies. Okay. We must begin to attend to house meetings over bottles of wine, talk to people, talk to them in their terrain, and answer their questions.
Right. Mr. Mantashe, great chatting to you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That is a Secretary General for the African National Congress, just giving us an overview and the state of readiness for the party, which will hold its annual January 8th statement this coming Sunday. Well, this is Morning Live. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with more after the break.